Everyone, I'm back with daily light of the day, daily life of a writer. So I can share with you what is happening in the writer's life, my life, that is. My dilemmas, so to speak. Okay, so I am now at home. I'm done with my radio part of the day. And my dilemma for today is which cover to choose for my next young adult book that is soon to be out on the market. Now, Ipshita Mitra is my editor at Own Books International, and she has sent me a few cover options. She sent me one a while ago. I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. It had a pretty sort of neat, cutesy kind of cover, but I felt that it didn't actually fit the premise of the book. Let's see if I can find it to show you, share that with you. Essentially, yeah, here it is. This is a book about a 12-year-old boy. How do you get info for young adulthood? That is a great question. How can I answer that? I'm a very immature person. I never grew up, and kind of like Peter Pan issues, lots of those. So when I think of my true self, I just don't go beyond the age of 17 or 18. Even 18 is kind of mature for me. So there's plenty of material for young adulthood. I also have two young adults in my household who I spy upon voraciously. I used to be better at it than I am right now. Meaning I used to have the ability to hack into their social media accounts and their email addresses and sort of, not because I was paranoid and worried about what they were doing. These are my children I'm talking about. But because I was interested in what young adults think about, how they think, how the weirdness in their head works, because believe you me, it's pretty weird. So I used to be able to do that, but now they have outsmarted me, even as the days and months have gone by. So I'm actually thinking of signing up. The problem with me is I think faster than I can speak, and then all the words get jumbled. So I'm thinking of signing up for a course in JavaScript and hacking at General Assembly, because that seems to be the place in Hong Kong that offers such courses. Because I figure that, if I'm to continue to spy upon my young adults, then this is what I need to do. Anyway, I would like to show you the first cover option that Ipshita sent me. Now, before I do that, I should tell you that the name of the book is When Arya Fell Through the Fault. And essentially it is about a 12-year-old boy from San Francisco whose life is sort of miserable at the behest of bullies in the lunchroom and the schoolyard. And he falls through a fault in the earth. San Francisco, if anybody knows, lies on the San Andreas Fault, major fault line. And he finds himself in the ancient lands of the Ramayana. The Ramayana is one of our major epics in Indian mythology. Lots and lots of stories around it. And there he has to confront with demons. A series of demons, and ultimately Ravan, who is the demon king. Now, Arya, who is our protagonist, thinks that he knows how to deal with these demons, and he thinks that he knows what Ravan is going to be like because, he has been weaned on these stories from the Ramayana. That's what his mother did, was bring him up, telling him these stories. So when he finally comes across Ravan, he thinks that he knows how to deal with this 10-headed demon, but his 10 heads are not exactly what Arya is expecting. So getting away from all those preconceived notions of demons and what demons mean, this story is a classic hero's journey about battling your own inner demons. So Arya falls to a fault and finds himself in the forests of ancient India in Ramayana land. So here is the first cover option that they sent me. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oops. Nope. There we go. Yeah, pretty cutesy. Pretty cutesy. Actually, maybe the better way to do this is to flip the camera. Let me just do that. 10 demons from what? As much as Indian mythology. Okay, here is the first cover option. It's a nice cover option. I mean, it's nice enough, but because it shows Arya and it shows the crack, but I have a few problems with it. It doesn't show anything about Ramayana land at all, or the demons, or anything that he is going to have to face through this journey. And, you know, it doesn't really show a 12-year-old boy. I mean, right there, he looks like he's 8. Yeah, what age group? Arya, the protagonist of the story, is 12 going on 13. And over here, he looks like a cute little 7 or 8-year-old that looks very sort of happy and, you know, Cartoon Network-ish, which, well, it could be on Cartoon Network, but that's really not sort of what I was looking for. So I sent those comments back. And what I did was I sent this editor the first ever cover version that was sent to me, which was this. So before this editor, I had another editor. And the book at the time was called Arya's Chronicles. And I like the look of Arya here. He is certainly looks more like a 12-year-old. But I felt that the cover was a little bit stereotypical. You have no idea what's happening in the first one. Yes, I agree. I have no idea what's happening in the first one either. Over here, at least you can see Arya juxtaposed against Ram, who is the protagonist, the principal character of the Ramayana, juxtaposed against the silhouette of Ravan, the 10-headed demon. So I did like this one better, which was the original design, but I felt it was a little stereotypical because, as I mentioned, when Arya arrives in this land of the Ramayana and he meets with Ravan, he is not the 10-headed demon that he is expecting. This one looks like it's from Avatar. Now, I think Avatar is actually from it. Avatar, okay, is from it. So let's then switch. So I sent her that. Now, here are the two covers that she sent me yesterday, okay? And she says in her note to me, she says, I'm sharing 2 cover designs. Please have a look and share your feedback. Once you take your pick, I will tell the designer to place the title on the cover. So these are without the cover. So here is option 1. There we go. I'm trying to not say too much because I want you to just react. The color's a little off on Periscope, but that's a white background. It's a white background, okay? So option 1, reaction, and then I'm going to show you option 2, which is this. There we go. That's option 2. So fire, yes, absolutely fire, because you've got a few things going on. You've got an earthquake. He's falling through a fault. You've got the demons, and you've got the demons sort of exude this green fire. It's the fire of demon land. So basically, it's the same illustration and the same colors, but the backgrounds are different. This one is green. I'm going to go back to the first one. This one has a white background. And sort of over here is where the title will go, okay? So they haven't inserted the title yet or the name. This is just like the cover illustration. And she wants me to pick. And what I'm looking for is which one of these is going to pop more in the bookstore. You know, so when you see it in the bookshelves or on a display, which one are you going to pick up? Is it this one with the white background? Which could be kind of nice, you know, once you insert the title over there, it could stand out and stuff. Or is it going to be this one with the green background? Yeah, this one with the green background. Over here, you see the shadows of the fire and the silhouettes a lot more. Green looks more attractive, says Diaz CD1, if they are not colorblind. I thank you for that because I think I agree. I showed both of these to my husband and my son, and both of them said, oh, white, because the demon stands out. But then I sent it to my fellow critiquers in my literary critique group, my young adult critique group, and they said, no, definitely the green, because Arya, the protagonist, pops out. And you can see all of the silhouettes and the shades of fire. So I'm glad that you're saying that. It really validates it. Anyone else? Any other thoughts on whether green or white? White. One more chance. Here's the white background. And here is the green background. I've got to send the editor my answer today. Okay, so that's both of them. I'm going to flip this around. Green, green, thank you. Okay, unanimously you are telling me green. Who is the blue guy? The blue guy is actually Ram. Ram is the protagonist in the original Ramayana. Ramayana translates from Sanskrit something like the travels of Ram. And Ram was a prince. And then a king. Subsequently, after that, I guess all princes become kings, except for maybe Prince Charles might not be headed that way. We will see. We shall see. But Ram was the protagonist. Good guy? Yes, he's the good guy. He is... all those guys depicted in blue, actually, in ancient Indian mythology are usually the good guys, right? They have warrior blood. Maybe that's where this whole idea of being blue-blooded comes from. But blue-blooded... in the ancient Indian context doesn't necessarily have to do with royalty. It's more sort of protector of the race, which makes them worthy. Hence the blood is blue and they are very dark skinned. Actually, that's, that's where it's coming from, because the blood is so thick, they're sort of, the skin is very dark. So the blue guy, so you'll always see, figures like Ram and Krishna and Vishnu depicted in blue. So the blue guy is Ram, and Ram doesn't actually feature in my story, but, he is sort of the role model. If you say, I'm going to be careful about the use of the words role model, not the role model, but the figure that Arya has in his head. Because when Arya has to challenge the demons with his bow and arrow, okay, because he's fallen to Ramayan land, he has to sort of figure out the right martial strategy, and he can only figure that out if he deeply focuses, deeply concentrates, and tries to remember the way Ram did it. Okay, where did Ram aim his arrow? At which demon? At which part of the demon? And so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm not going to continue and belabor on and on. Those are the choices for my covers for when Arya fell through the fault. I'm very excited about it. Very excited about the fact that we are finally at the cover stage. And Diaz says, okay, it might be more interesting if you leave the green background and Ram facing the 10-headed demon. Thank you, Diaz. I so happy with that. And so happy that you're actually taking part in this, because it makes a huge amount of difference to me that somebody else is helping me make this decision. And that's not just because I can't make decisions and pretty lousy at them, as is obvious, but I want to know what you know. Will you read the book, Diaz? Will you read the book, please, when it comes out? Because I will let you know. I will be back on Periscope and on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @ReenyMal, ReenyMal. Yes, thank you, Diaz. Thank you so much. I love you too. I do, immensely and intensely. And yeah, follow the story. It'll be on my website as well, by the way, which is reenita.com, REENITA. In the meantime, have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm so excited. It's Friday. So as soon as I finish this, I'm going to be off to enjoy the good weather.